Mr. Teare, you've released the latest set of figures for inflation on the Isle of Man. It's down again. Good news?
I think it's very good news because the inflation rate has come down for the 5th month in a row, and I feel it's part of a continuing trend because the economic forecasts I've seen would indicate that inflation is going to be more subdued, which will take the pressure off some of the hard-pressed households and also government's finances as well. There's two main reasons why inflation has come down. The first is there's been a reduction in energy costs, and that's part of the wider economic scene. With the subdued demand for energy, mainly from the Far East, energy prices have stabilised, but additionally the effect of the increase in VAT from 15 to 20% has now fallen out of the equation. So overall, yes, it is good news.
What does this mean though to the man on the street? I mean, people haven't had the pay rise and looking towards a pay freeze again and possibly losing their jobs?
I sympathise. It's very, very difficult. Unfortunately, we don't have a magic wand. We are subject to worldwide pressures, and that's especially true when we're talking about external costs, such as the cost of energy.
How much more expensive is it to live on the Isle of Man?
I've never done the calculation. I've never seen the figures. Anecdotally, it's said to be more expensive, but when you have a look at the total package, quality of life, I can't think of anywhere else I'd rather be.
Where's the trend going? Is it still downwards? I mean, we're in for a cold snap at the moment. Will that see the pressure on the energy prices, for instance?
I don't think so, because there's a considerable amount of gas, for example, stored in the liquid gas terminals in the UK, and there's also a lot of gas sitting in tankers as well. So it's going to take a while for that to work its way out of the system. The shippers, the storers, the suppliers have got to do something with that gas. So I'd be very, very surprised if they put the price up. You must remember that the UK energy companies have also reduced their prices, so they're no fools. They must be reading that the market is going to stay stable.
Just turning to the budget you're going to be giving in a few weeks' time, you've been giving quite a few announcements, and as the Chief Minister has done as well, sort of getting people ready for the bad news, shall we put it that way? Would that be the way it should be read by the public?
Well, we're setting the general mood music and the general direction of travel, but having said that, the government has travelled quite some way already. We have taken major steps which haven't really been appreciated over the last 3 years, or I should say haven't been realised over the last 3 years. So we have virtually coped with the first reduction in VAT, and now we're going to get our teeth into the second reduction.
There is uncertainty out there though. People are thinking the worst possibly, getting ready for redundancies, certainly more pay freezes. Is that the way it's going to be?
No, what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring clarity. I can understand how people will be worried about their homes, their families, mortgages and everything else, but my budget will bring clarity, and it'll certainly bring more certainty. What I'd like to do too is over the summer months try and flesh out more details on our proposals for the subsequent years as well, because people need some element of certainty, and I would really like to bring certainty to the table.
There will be job losses, won't there? Government job losses to be announced in your budget?
Well, they won't be announced by me as part of the budget. I do work on the basis that we look at the overall finances, but it's too early to say at the moment what the overall effect of the budget would be, and we have to rebalance the government's finances. We will do that in a prudent manner, but recognising the effects on the economy as a whole.